As another day goes by, the massive hole Drake is digging for his career only deepens. Drake recently showed that Kendrick Lamar truly is the boogeyman of hip-hop, making himself look foolish right after their wild feud. Wrapping up his BBL Drizzy beat on a Sexy Red song somehow wasn't even the worst thing to happen to Drake lately. A deluge of leaked music from artists like himself, Kanye West, Travis Scott, and Kendrick Lamar recently hit the internet. One of the most disconcerting discoveries in all the leaked media was a reference track for Drake's 2018 Scorpion album song Mob Ties, performed and written by Vori. Even though other reference tracks have leaked recently, like Lil Yachty's Jumbotron Poppin' from Her Loss and Fivio Foreign's Calling My Name from Honestly Nevermind, these leaks didn't damage Drake or reveal anything new. These songs lack substance or meaning, serving merely as catchy hits that showed Drake evolving with the times. They revealed Drake simply copying and pasting the formula established by younger, more popular artists to ride their waves. These tracks didn't showcase anything innovative. However, Mob Ties tells us something entirely different and much more troubling. Not just about how Drake makes music, but also about who he really is as a person. When you learn why, you'll always question if anything Drake has said in his music is true. With Mob Ties, it's crucial to remember the pivotal moment in hip-hop when this song was released and how vital a track like this was for Drake's career and reputation at that time. Just before this song and the entire Scorpion album came out, Drake's authenticity and credibility were under intense scrutiny. Drake was in the hottest seat of his career at that time, after being hit by Pusha T in one of the most vicious ways ever in rap with a song like The Story of Adidon, combined with Mob Ties. It's clear Drake was alluding to what happened with Pusha throughout this song. Additionally, he had issues with Kanye West, who Drake believed had leaked information about his long-lost child to Pusha. With this track, the personal lyrics aimed so closely at Drake's biggest rivals at that time, it would already be one thing if it was written and performed by another artist. But the fact that, during his interview on LeBron James's show, The Shop, back in 2018, when Drake was addressing this issue and trying to explain how he wasn't as big of a loser as everyone thought and was actually a victim, he said that after Pusha's The Story of Adidon, instead of feeding off that energy and clapping back with more diss tracks, Drake was above this and simply channeled that energy into the Scorpion album. He mentioned creating songs like In My Feelings, Non-Stop, and most importantly for his credibility and swagger at the time, Mob Ties, which was a significant moment affirming that, while Drake was still embarrassed, he could still prove to be feared on the mic. Drake held this track as a creation he made when his career faced perceived conflict, directly labeling it as the moment he proved he was still powerful and unbeatable. He even went as far as trying to convince people on TV that he won the battle by making cuts like this. Now that we've heard this reference track by Vori, who wrote and performed the song, it sheds new light on the situation. We see that Drake feels comfortable lying even to someone as respected and great as LeBron James. He just tries to make what he's doing seem different and fit a narrative that enhances his image at the expense of being transparent. From this moment to the difficult part 6, where Drake deceived people for 6 minutes due to everything coming to light, be it a social media user debunking Drake's story, or him setting up Kendrick with the element seen on distorted tracks like Meet the Grams, or this moment here where one of Drake's most important songs personally, regarding his career reputation, wasn't even written by him. Drake's tendency to not only bend the truth, but fabricate situations entirely to make his image look better is a recurring pattern. When we see that Drake might even lie about the nature of his songs, especially when his character is most questioned, it really makes you sit and wonder, what else has he lied about that we don't even know now? Of all the Drake songs we've discovered were written by other artists over the years, this is undoubtedly the worst we've received because, while songs like 10 Bands or other recent tracks were made to be hits and diluted to be catchy, MTI has its catchy moments but is a pretty personal cut from Drake. It was supposed to let us into his mind, an emotional state at a time when he believed he couldn't trust anyone in his career, and now to find out that, even with the pressure, revealing his son and not being in a good place, and generally just being conflicted about the people around him. Who is LeBron James, uncovered information revealing that even a song like this wasn't created by Drake. It was designed not only to mimic Drake's cadences and voice, but also to emulate what he feels inside his own head. This revelation shows us that Drake is not an artist, but a brand, making us question whether what he conveys, even in his most vulnerable or personal moments, is real. Besides the humiliating loss this issue brings Drake, the most damaging outcome of this feud is the revelation that Drake is a liar, fabricating more about his career and the very nature of his music than we ever thought. When we consider this and put into perspective how Drake not only lies about how personal his music is, but also tries to deceive everyone, from his fans to LeBron James, about its depth and importance, how can we respect him in the same way as other hip-hop greats? In a genre like hip-hop, where authenticity remains one of the most vital factors for any artist to find success, especially as a lyricist or storyteller, how can we give Drake the same respect as other MCs? Not only does he have others scribbling about the life he supposedly lives, but this reference track from VOR shows that others think for him. When you try to wear the crown and rap while being such a fraud, it is a terrible look. It should force everyone to reevaluate Drake's place in the hip-hop world if they haven't already. Overall, with another significant dent in Drake's armor, I don't know how many more of these he can endure until he decides to change things, or perhaps even step away from rap entirely for a few years, as he once said he wanted to do. With each foolish act or new piece of information that comes to light about him, Drake's reputation continues to deteriorate, with his legacy increasingly tarnished. Who knows? Maybe Drake has been surrounded by young lyricists like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole during the Thank Me Later and Take Care eras, as well as ghostwriters like Skyzoo. Perhaps his entire career has been shaped this way, with Drake being more of a character played by others who write for him, as if it were a TV show, rather than Drake being his own authentic entity. Regardless of what he's rapping about, it doesn't come from an authentic place, and he's not telling us a real-life story in any form. So, let me know. What do you think of this bizarre story about Drake? And how do you think this elaborate lie he got caught in affects not just a song like Mob Ties, but his integrity and career overall? If this song is written by a ghostwriter, do you think even Drake's more lyrical cuts, like his PM series, are also managed by other writers? I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Subscribe if you think Drake's career is over. See you soon, my legend.